Hey guys, it's Kate, Zencat Vintage, and today we are checking out the big Salvation Army thrift store in Langford, BC. First in the door, this is where they roll out all their carts, their big carts of new inventory. They roll them out here, set them along by the front door. So of course that's the first thing we have a look at. There wasn't a lot on them. It was mostly books, and I looked at this little dragon figurine. He was just like a resin. And then as you can see, it was just a lot of books and kids' books, DVDs, things like that. So see a box, look in a box. Always have to make sure, but I could tell there was nothing in it. I did actually end up buying those though. I liked the color. I'll probably just smack a sticker on the top and use them for shipping jewelry and stuff. It's cheaper than buying them in the store. And this mug is absolutely fabulous. It is in beautiful condition. It's by a company called Native Northwest. All of their products feature Indigenous art. I have a thing for hummingbirds, and purple is one of my favorite colors. So I had to grab that, and that is definitely going to be a keeper. Then here, this is, it was a really pretty bowl. It's the Jeanette Flora Gold. It really doesn't have a lot of resale value though, unfortunately. That bowl was in beautiful condition, so I know someone's gonna find it and fall in love with it, but not a ton of resale value on it. Really reasonably priced though, at I believe only $2.99. That little crochet basket was sweet. Moving over into one of the aisles here, I mulled over getting these owl salt and pepper shakers. I thought I could repaint the eyes. Obviously the eyes were all sort of like chipped away, but they also had kind of a weird residue coming through, like through the crazing. It's like a little like white powdery sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure what causes that, but if you've dealt with vintage stuff long enough, you probably know what I mean. This is a little African soapstone. It's called Kissy Stone. Little dish. They hand carve everything. Comes in all sorts of beautiful colors. I'm sure many of you've seen it in the thrift stores. I do like their little animal figurines. I have sold quite a few of the Kissy Stone animal figurines. And I have a bunch of them in my hippo collection. It was a very cool vintage Washington, D.C. mug. And this piece was, it weighed a ton. It was actually made of like a concrete material, something, or like a really heavy sort of plaster concrete mix. It was a weird material and it was super heavy. I kind of liked it though. I thought about getting it, but I didn't know where I would hang it in my garden. I don't really have a good spot for it. I thought it would be nice though, a little water font, right? I loved the outside of this jewelry box, and these jewelry boxes can sell pretty well, especially when they're like a really pretty color, nice pattern. That one was pretty dirty inside, and I did think about trying to clean it up, but I honestly I don't know that I would have been able to get it in good enough condition for me to be comfortable reselling it. This is a cool kiln craft mug. It's not a thrift trip if I'm not looking at mugs. I totally would have grabbed this. It has like the names of different cheeses on it, but it did have a pretty significant crack. And then here, believe it or not, vintage beauty products, hygiene products can have some resale value. Had that box not been open, I would have grabbed it because those can like resell for like $25 to $40 depending on the brand, depending on the style of the box. So that was kind of cool. Over in this section here, looking at the greens, I really liked the color of this. It was more of a minty color than the video is showing. And this plate is absolutely stunning. I love this pattern. This is Royal Doulton Cypress. Not a ton of resale value on it. And that one had a big crack in it, but it's a gorgeous pattern. Over here was an assortment of little teapots. This one was really, really sweet, really special with the way the flowers were applied on the outside. Unfortunately, there were quite a few that were broken. Had they not been broken, I would have grabbed it. But this little trinket box, on the other hand, I don't know what it is about it. I am so taken with it. I ended up getting that. And spoiler alert, it's probably going to be a keeper. And I have no idea why. I just thought it was the cutest little thing. And this lizard, I fully intended on getting this little lizard because he would look cute hanging in a tree or something in my garden. But I did forget him. He's a African wire work though. This guy here, very cool, moosey Stein. I'm pretty sure Threshold is a Target brand though. And then this guy, this is a nice one. This was an exciting find. This is a Raku candlestick, and it is signed. And then that catches my eye. The candlestick is signed. I just need to peel back the felt footy to actually get a better look at the mark. And this tray is very, very cool. It's made in England. Really beautiful Asian style motif on it. And it's big, like it's a big one. Most of the ones that I've seen selling are not quite as big as this one. So a little scratched up, obviously, but I still grabbed it for $2.99. These, I still have no idea what these are meant to be. I think they're meant to be flowers, but not sure. And then this dish, I would have sworn to you that this was mid-century, but you can see there, they have the identical one on Alibaba. So be careful, vintage thrifters. This very cute little Seattle mug. Only 99 cents. Look at that teddy bear. Is that not the cutest thing? I figure some Seattleite, Seattletonian. I'm sure someone will love that Seattle mug. Little dish there. Too many little broken flowers on it, but it was a nice little made in Italy dish. Then there's some vintage porcelain switch plate covers. I always love picking up little switch plate covers. This one is JM Limoges. French company, made in France. And then this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before. I used to come across these all the time. It was really funny seeing one. They're hair razors, and they're like these naughty, very risque little cartoons and little witticisms on these dishes, and they did coasters and all sorts of different things. They're very fun. That one was really scratched up though. Otherwise I probably would have grabbed it. Definitely super fun pieces to see though. It's cool just kind of seeing a throwback to how the humor used to be, you know, put out there for people back in the day. This is a nice pedestal mug, milk glass. I'm just looking to see if it has any maker's marks on it, trying to see if it was like Fire King or Federal or something like that, but didn't see one. And then here, the Disneyland Karen pedestal mug made me chuckle a little bit, thinking of the name, you know, from the 21st century lens. And this was a pretty print. It was too bad that it had no glass over it, so the print had been pretty damaged. There's a little bit of resale value on those. They were commemorative prints. That one was from like 1995, I believe. Now I'm looking at the toys. That guy was a Squishmallow, and then this one looked different and special. And it's actually a BMW Pegasus. I never knew of a Pegasus being associated with BMW, but apparently they did a commercial a few years back with Salma Hayek and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the Pegasus was like their pet. They played Zeus and Hera. So that was very cool. And that guy actually has some really good resale value to him. Now closer to the checkouts, they have all their jewelry on display. The jewelry here has a tendency to be a little higher priced. I do like to have a look though, because I have found a few pretty nice pieces here. And sometimes they have a big basket of brooches that you can look through, but there wasn't a ton. I really liked that bracelet with the heart charms, and then the glass beads on that sort of orangey one there were very cool. And here I take a minute to browse through the baggies. They have a bunch of earrings and like smaller little pieces bagged up on the end of a clothing rack. So just having a peek here to see if anything jumps out at me. But again, the prices have a tendency to be a little on the high end. I thought my daughter might like those, but they're probably a little too chunky for her. And I think they had those priced at like $9.99. Their scarf and bag selection. And then this is their featured finds cabinet. And I just thought these decanter sets were really pretty. They were all priced up quite a bit, kind of like 30, 45, but some nice ones. And that's where we are going to wrap up. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy the haul.